questions for you. Put you on the spot, tell the truth. We got the pressure, wanna hear your adventures. We got some questions, tell the truth.
Hello. How's it going, you guys? It's been a little while since we've been here in the Shakedown room doing a shakedown for you guys, but we made it. Episode 2, baby. We got some more questions relating to the pandemic. How has the pandemic influenced you creatively? Creatively. How has the pandemic influenced you creatively?
Musically, it's given me a lot more time to play music with my friends, which has been pretty cool. I find myself well greased because sometimes when I was working full time, I'd get a little rusty from not playing enough. But now I'm nice and lubricated, like these fingers are ready to go. You know, it's also got me painting again, which I hadn't done for like a year, I think. And I have more time to like cook things that I actually want to cook. It's hard to self-motivate sometimes, especially when like there's not money involved. It's like a good question of what would you do if there was no money, right? Like if you weren't working for something 8 hours of your day, what would you do with those 8 hours? And at first, I think there was like a lot of mental recovery. I don't want to shit talk my last place of work, but it wasn't exactly healthy. And I've realized coming out of there that I wasn't exactly healthy.
Well, I've written a song about this whole thing. It's called Stay Clean. Thanks to COVID, we have that song. We've been trying to do this video series for a while now. And then once when this thing started, it kind of gave us the push because it's like, it gives us the time to do it. It's definitely forced me to think a lot more about people who are alone. Going forward, like creatively, we're thinking we need to stop a little bit of the loneliness. So that's kind of something that's influenced.
I think that part of me has been able to think of new ideas and things that I'm interested in doing. I definitely have to admit that I have gone through this wave of being inspired and then I just lose all motivation and I can't comprehend creating something. A lot of my answers lately have been I don't know. And I can guarantee that that's been frustrating for the people who are asking me the questions.
I would go to work and I would come home and I wouldn't like feel creative or like feel inspired. And like while I loved what I did, it was just kind of like that was my means to be creative. Being home, I got to bake more for myself. I guess the baking aspect of it, the music aspect of it was really nice too, because I kind of switch jobs. Instead of being a baker, my job at this point was to push myself creatively to be a better artist. So I kind of challenged myself to sing every day, and it's been really nice. So the challenge is like you're not working, so it's really easy to not get out of bed or not want to get out of bed and be able to just not do it. Half the battle is just to show up for yourself.
Well, first of all, it's given me more time to learn new things. So I had a problem with like laziness, have a problem with laziness, and this has worked in the benefit and out of the benefit of that. So I've had more time to practice and I've had more time to learn new things being like different like music production and mixing techniques and like being able to focus my time if I focus my time. There's so much extra time. It's actually taking the initiative to sit down for a practice. It's been a challenge to direct our focus, but I feel like it's a good challenge. It feels like I'm making progress creatively. Though there's something about how this word is written down that makes it seem weird, like it's not the right word, but it is creatively.
Feel free to discuss any hardships that the pandemic may have caused you.
It's been a weird year for me. Sucks to not be able to meet people and see your friends. And if we do, then we're putting lives in danger, and it's really difficult to deal with. I know everybody is going through it, and I think that's really an important thing to just keep reminding ourselves that yeah, we can always look out to our friends who are going through very similar things.
I've always, throughout my entire life, had some struggles with anxiety and depression, but I had jobs that kept me busy and distracted from all of my emotions. I always used to think that I was a super healthy person, but I wasn't, because I wasn't feeding my body the things that it was craving. I used to smoke a lot. A few months ago, everything just got super overwhelming. My anxiety was so heightened. I was feeling extremely depressed, and I didn't know what to do with myself. There was a day where I had such an intense anxiety attack that I told Tanner to call an ambulance because I hurt my back, and then my heart was just pounding out of my chest, and I was convinced that my body was just gonna shut down.
I've never really struggled with mental health issues before. I mean, there's been days where I've been like a little bit sad, you know, someone dies close, and of course that's sad. From loved ones and from people who are close to me, I can see how these mental health issues affect people. And it has affected me more during this pandemic because I'm surrounded by people who they go through mental health issues, and I'm empathetic towards them. And I can feel this too. And something about not being able to see your family too. There's a lot of hard things. It's challenging.
I've struggled with mental health. I've always kind of had to deal with mental health and the kind of ups and downs of borderline personality disorder and ADHD and all that other wonderful more things. But I think when it first hit, I was really struggling because I've been working nonstop, really never kind of took a break. You know, it was a lot of changes. And then I was kind of hit with this having to balance like it's okay to not do something every day because I struggle and I associate sorry, vulnerable. I associate my worth with how much I've done in the day. I force myself to get out of bed some days and when I don't want to, but I know that like mentally I have to do something that day. So that's been really challenging. Just sort of now started to come into it's okay to just be. We just got to put our faith into the universe, really.
I've noticed that I have more anxiety than I used to. I feel like I feel the world's anxiety, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of worry going on in the world. I feel like I'm picking up on that because my like situation has been positive mostly. So I've actually had more positive things come out of it personally than negative because like I've always had troubles with mental health from time to time, and that doesn't really change when I kind of like have to stay at home. I know for some people it amplifies because they live alone, but we got lucky because we live with, there's 6 of us here, you know, and like we all have common interests. Have you had any positive impacts from the pandemic?
There's not too many positive things. We got a song. We've all been very isolated together, everybody in this house. So I would say our relationship has grown quite a bit in a really good way, in a really positive way. Our work ethic towards this band and this project has been really good. Yeah, and that it's got us to take a really hard look at myself.
Lauren and I, like, we used to work conflicting schedules, so we didn't have many hours together. And now, I'm not going to get emotional. No. And now we got, like, time together, and it's really given us time to, like, grow together. I mean, it also gives us time to get annoyed with each other, but it's really shown me, like, how much I really value her because we're able to push past those annoyances and share a space, you know?
Daryl and I, our work schedules and sleep schedules were like night and day, completely different. We didn't get to spend a lot of time together. When I realized how much time we get to spend together now, like we're together all the time and it's really wonderful. I'm with all these people all the time and it's really wonderful. And I guess another positive is to spend a lot more time with my son, which is great. When the pandemic first hit and there was no more school, and so I was his teacher, and it was really nice, and I got to spend time with him teaching life skills in the forms of school subject, and I had a lot of fun hanging out with my kid. I had the best summer of my life, and that was because of the pandemic.
It has had positive impacts on my creativity and my connection to my family in the house, getting a little bit tighter with some of our music. We get to speak our passions, and we have a lot of like common interests and stuff. So I'm sure half of them are going to come up. I'm pretty sure you're going to be watching this right now and be like, "Oh, there's a lot of similarities in what they're saying here." It's a strange time not being able to go see family for Thanksgiving, or who knows if we will in Christmas. But I mean, I'm pretty lazy anyways. It's hard for me to get on the phone with them half the time. So it's not much different in general, eh, Pops? Yeah, I understand that we're very lucky to be in this house of like 6 people, and we have each other, and we're really close, and we try to be really open with each other, and we try to be honest and compassionate. You know, if there's a problem, we'll like kind of attack it like white blood cells, and we'll try to figure that problem out before it escalates.
We're very lucky that we live with our chosen family. We live with our friends. Not all of them, but we live with a few of our friends. You know, I've been taking this CBT class online for a while now. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. I keep asking them to put me back in it because I keep thinking that I'm not getting enough. You know, I'm not paying enough attention, but it has been really helpful. 3 months ago, I would have cried 2 minutes into this conversation. I owe a lot of this progress to the support that I was met with when I started to talk about it. Not that I don't think that the people in this house are supportive. It's just a side effect of the emotions that I've been feeling. I think it's really important that if you are struggling with something and you don't know what to do, talk to somebody, like anybody. You'll be really surprised at how much love you get. I wasn't ready for it. Ask for help. Tell somebody you feel lost. Ask for a hug. I mean, I guess right now it has to be a socially distanced hug. The world is crazy, and I think that all we need is a little bit more love. And that is ultimately the biggest thing that I've learned throughout this pandemic. Love you all.
This was different version of the Shakedown. Love you all. Oh.
Yeah, so hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that share button. That really helps us out, helps you out. Who knows? You might see something you like. We might post something you like. You might miss it if you don't subscribe. So fucking subscribe. Do it. Cheers.
We're House Handshake, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for coming and trying to thank you for thanking. Thank you for being thankful. All right, I think I'm done here. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon. Catch you next time.
I don't know if this is it's hindered so many people and it's hindered us, but at the same time, this is the way it's gone. And from what's been happening, we are doing really well. And I'm really grateful for that. I only hope we can spread some joy to people. Fucking love you. Peace.